Joining us now, we got Beck, current Davidson football player, past Round Rock High School Dragon football player, Beck Kipperman. Welcome, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Hey Beck, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good.
Little on Beck, back-to-back years of second team All PFL, and last year was postseason first team All Conference at the left tackle position. We know you played center in high school, now playing left tackle over at Davidson. First things first, can you just tell everyone a little bit about your football journey from high school to college now?
Yeah, so like you just said, played center all throughout high school, and when I first started getting recruited in college, every other school but Davidson wanted me to continue on that whole center route. But I mean, I guess Davidson saw something else in me, and we run a different kind of offense here. It's called the spread option, so a lot of moving parts, similar to the triple option, but we'll throw the ball a lot more. A lot of different moving parts there. But yeah, they saw something else in me that made them want to move me out to tackle, and the rest is history, as we know. And I really enjoy it a lot more than center. To be fair with you, it's a lot less stressful having to put a ball between your legs and get to the quarterback every time.
I'm sure that's awesome. Well, usually we have Coop on here with us. Unfortunately, he had a Parker McCollum concert that he ditched us for
That's
tonight.
understandable. That's understandable.
So it's understandable. Let's see. He did leave a message for you and with a little question for you as well. So let me pull that up real quick.
What's up, Beck? I'm so sorry I couldn't be there in person for this great interview, but I just want to thank you for coming on and being our first guest for the Round Sports Table Chats, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future, man. I have one question for you. Going back to your senior year of high school at Round Rock, I was a sophomore, you were a senior. The varsity team fell short of the playoffs, right? After a hard, long offseason, a pretty good team with good talent. Y'all fell short of the playoffs. With that adversity that you felt, how did that get you more prepared for the next level, if at all? Or like, how did that affect your football career? So that's my question that I have for you. I'm sure the guys are going to give some a good interview, and I can't wait to go back and watch it. But
that's Coop. He wanted to make sure he got his question in for you. So what do you got to say to
that? Yeah, my senior year we definitely had a good group of guys. Really felt like the year where, I mean, the standard at that point was actually my brother played football there my freshman year when they got to the state quarterfinals. And we figured that year with the group of guys we had the ability to hit that mark, if not go further. And to be met with the adversity of not even making playoffs when, we were running the conference, running the district at the time until those last, I want to say, was it 3 or 4 games at the end of the season when we just, roller coaster started going downhill and going downhill quick. It just kind of left a feeling in my stomach, kind of in my brain that, I never want to experience this feeling again. You can be on top of the world at 1 minute and then the next second you're just down at the very bottom. And I just remember sitting on the sideline post Vista Ridge, which was our last game of the season. Last offensive play of the game. I'm just head in hands. How did this happen? Like, how did we get to where we're at? So I could say that, my desire, my love for football is what, really pushed me to go to the next level, keep doing what I'd been doing previously. But I'd say that senior year, that the way the season ended, I was that last kick in the butt that I needed to, keep doing good things, keep the ball rolling, and just never feel that feeling again. Which luckily I have not yet. But
there you go. That's good.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking on that. What was your recruiting journey like in high school? Like, what other schools did you visit or have contact with, and what was the deciding factor going to Davidson, which is Carolina, and not staying in the state of Texas?
So, in terms of schools in Texas, I really didn't get too much attention from those. I guess they didn't really want the 6'2", 245 kid that played center in high school in their squad. But a couple teams in my current conference offered me the Dayton Flyers, Valparaiso. I had a preferred walk-on from Stephen F. Austin and one also from Boston College. But I mean, the main factor that got me to go to Davidson was one, my brother. He also played football there. So my freshman year, in the heart of COVID, he was a senior and he played center for Davidson. So I got to play one season of ball with him, which was something I always
That's
wanted
cool.
to do.
Yeah.
Considering in high school you have the freshman squad and you have the varsity squad, and the likelihood of you playing on varsity your freshman year is little to none.
Well,
So
yep.
I finally got the chance to do that once I got to college, and then the academic part of football is something you don't hear a lot. You just hear a lot of people wanting to go play ball, where the school has a winning record, or like they're known all across the nation. I'd say Davidson's known across the nation academically, and that was something that really drove my recruitment there, and the ability to get a powerhouse level of academics along with a football team that's on the rise. And my time being there, we've won the conference championship twice, and we're looking pretty good this year. I think I made the right decision at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Speaking of that, what is your degree in, and what is your plans? If it doesn't work out with playing football after college.
So my current degree is I'm majoring in political science. It's I could go on and on about it, but I think it's an interesting whole realm of learning and knowledge. But funny enough, the job I have already gotten offered for and signed on has nothing to do with that. I'll be coming back to Round Rock and working for Dell.
Okay, nice.
That's awesome. I got a good one for you. Kind of, some people may enjoy. What's your typical game day routine or superstitions you kind of follow before a game? We know as a lineman, you got to have something good for us.
I would say it varies, but that's typically, I guess, what we eat before the game. I don't really get to choose that. But my go-to, I'll say, is music. A lot of people are like hip hop, all that. First thing I'm putting on some Nickelback. I'll throw on some Metallica, some AC/DC, and that'll really start to get me locked in. And then something I was kind of introduced to this year was box breathing. So like our first game of the year, we're playing SoCon opponent. We're playing VMI, and we played them a couple of years ago, and didn't go too well. But we had the opportunity to play them again this year, and I found myself extremely nervous before the game, which I found odd, which is because it's not normal for me to get nervous before games. I'm usually excited, but I just did some box breathing, which is like 4 seconds in, hold it, 4 seconds out, hold it. Brought myself back down to earth and was ready to go.
That's awesome.
So I've started to bring that one to the arsenal. But my go-to is definitely the music, the heavy rock.
I really get the Metallica band, but Nickelback, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's only a couple Nickelback songs will get me going. There's some that if they happen to just find their way into the queue, you're like, skip.
Yeah.
It's funny. Looking at y'all's season this year currently, y'all having a good year, and it turns out y'all have a pretty big game this weekend. We did some research into the border clash. Kind of just tell us how big of a game that really is for y'all, and kind of what goes into it this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, as it turns out, this opponent, Presbyterian College, has they were at when I first got into college, they were kind of the bottom of the barrel and kind of just dead on the side of the road. And they've started to crawl their way out year by year. And they've got a pretty good squad this year. So we have this rivalry game, just the clash of the borders. So this will be one that could possibly determine the team that's on top at the end of the year. If not, we still have 3 games after that, but this will definitely be a good one to tune into. They got a pretty good defense, but I think our offense, the way we've been running and throwing the ball, we're pretty tough to defend. So definitely will be a good game to tune in and watch.
That's awesome. Well, and speaking of your offense, with y'all having 2 pretty good running backs this year, and kind of you mentioned earlier that spread RPO kind of offense y'all run. What is that like, kind of with those 2 solid running backs, and how is it playing left tackle in the RPO?
It's those 2 running backs are they're fantastic ball players. They really do put their bodies on the line every day, every practice, every game, and they whatever they're asked, they go out and do, whether it's block, run the rock, run for a pass. Playing left tackle, that's it's an interesting task to say the least, considering one play I might be just straight up base blocking someone, and the next play I could be a lead blocker on an outside run. So it's I love the change up from center, as I was in my past playing years, to tackle. It was very much welcome, in my opinion, because I think I truly get to show off my athleticism. But yeah, I mean, I can't ask for much more from my running backs, and I enjoy playing left tackle.
Did you make that move as a freshman, or did they move you when you got there?
Yeah, I was a freshman, and they recruited me they told me that I wasn't going to be playing center, and they moved me out to tackle immediately when I got there.
Oh, that's good. So besides football, what big things do you do outside of football to unwind and just hang out, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I'll hang out with friends, the family, but I'm a pretty big golfer. Love golf, love getting out on the course. I find it a great way to unwind and just kind of put the world away while you're out on the links. Haven't been able to do it as much, obviously, during the season, but in the off season, I'll definitely be getting some range sessions in, playing when I can, and I also enjoy fishing. Once again, can't do it as much as I'd like to, and the bass just out here in North Carolina aren't like the ones back home, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's awesome.
North Carolina, you got some pretty sights to it, though. Some pretty places, man. It's
Absolutely. Yeah, Davidson's right on the Lake Norman too, so it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Well,
Curry ever come back?
He actually got his jersey retired last year. There was a big ceremony for him.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go. I had class. It was actually terrible.
Damn.
I felt like one of 15 students that didn't get to go, but yeah. I heard it was awesome.
I'm sure. Well, speaking of kind of obviously played at the Round Rock, Coop lit that up. Have you been following anything for them this year? New head coach and Coach Moore, anything like that?
I've followed him a little bit. My younger brother plays football there still, and funny enough, he plays center as well. I haven't been keeping up with them as much as I'd like to, just because of how hectic this year's been. But yeah. I mean, I think the team's in good hands. Once the first year as a head coach is always tough. You got to rally the troops and everything. And I mean, he's been there, but moving from DC to head coach is definitely a whole different beast. So, I mean, I think he's got the support staff around him to do good things, and I hope for the best for them in the future. And I plan on going to some games once I'm back in Round Rock.
For sure.
Is the youngest brother the best, like usual? Is he the dog out of everybody, or what?
My mom would say that.
Yeah.
I'll keep those opinions to myself, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Well, we got time for a couple more. Kind of just high school, college. what has kind of been your favorite football memory or like proudest moment in your career so far? Obviously, this coming up to your last year, but so far past college or even back to high school, what's kind of been that moment for you?
Man, you got me thinking now, Cade. Um, I'd say I'll separate it into two categories. I'll do a high school and then I'll do a college moment. High school, I'd say my best memory, football wise, was there's this one morning practice and Coach Johnny Carter told the offensive line that we are like the juice of the team, like my senior year, and like whatever we do is how the team reacts. So we all got together and we decided to each of us bring a gallon of juice to practice. And to say we didn't get yelled at a little bit for being a distraction is one thing, but no, that's a memory that definitely sticks. Won't ever be forgot. And then another one on that is getting elected team captain at the end of the year in high school. It was a very honorable event at our end of year banquet. So that's another good memory. And then college wise, I could say being elected team captain this year was a big one, but I'd definitely say winning that first conference championship next to my brother was the best memory I've had so far.
You've
That's
won
awesome.
2, right?
Yep, I won one my freshman year and then my sophomore year. Unfortunately, fell a little bit short last year, but we're looking to get back on the train this year.
What was it? I saw there were 2 of them in 21. Was it a COVID deal where y'all played spring and?
So yeah. So my freshman year, the season got canceled in the fall, so we played it in the spring, and then so we won that spring, and then we won again in the fall of 2021.
That's a lot of
Wow.
football in a
Yeah.
short amount of time.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, my body was definitely feeling it after that year ended.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, that's badass. But hey, man, we appreciate you coming on and being our first guest on the Roundtable Chats. Hopefully, going to get a bunch of other ex-Round Rock high school dudes and even other just football players in. I know next week we got your buddy Trey King coming on.
Nice.
So we'll have him come on next week and got some other dudes lined up. But we appreciate you coming on, my man.
Yeah,
We're getting some
appreciate
old
y'all
men
having
too.
me.
We're getting some of my old men too. The guys
Heck
that
yeah.
graduated in '97.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go. But appreciate y'all having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Awesome,
Thanks a lot,
man.
man. Good luck this season.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
You too.